Hello, I'm from the Australian Government. You know, the shit party.
And I'm from the Shit Light Party, your healthier choice of government.
Whatever your moles.
Sit down, you buffhead.
And together we form
the two-party system.
You might remember us from the last ad we made about preferential voting.
We hope you haven't watched it, because the last thing we want you to know is how to use it to vote for a not shit candidate at the coming election.
You know, one who isn't owned by these guys and who'll fight for your kids' future rather than theirs.
Because if enough of you give your first preference vote to not shit candidates, some of them might win some seats and become not shit MPs.
And if that happens, this election will end up with a hung parliament.
A hung parliament is when you tell both major parties to get fucked by ensuring that neither of us wins the 76 seats required to form the next Australian government on our own.
A hung parliament sounds like a bad thing, and that's how we want you to think of it.
But a hung parliament can also sound like a good thing.
Oh my god.
Sorry, a hung parliament means that to form government we'll be forced to negotiate with the not shit MPs you elected to the crossbench.
The crossbench is that group of seats at the bottom of the U that aren't held by either one of us.
It's where democracy happens.
Ew.
And in a well-hung parliament, a not shit crossbench holds what's called the balance of power.
Which means that in exchange for their support, those not shit MPs will want us to adopt their not shit policies, like an anti-corruption commission, which we don't want because we're corrupt as fuck.
A transition away from coal and gas this decade, which neither of us wants because we're both captured by fossil fuel interests.
And an emissions target in line with the science instead of our shit target.
Or our shit light target. And if one of us can come to an agreement with those not shit MPs, we'd form a minority government with them.
Again, a minority government sounds like a bad thing, like it's lacking something.
But with a hung parliament, it's not size that matters, it's how you use it. The last time we had a minority government, we passed world-leading climate legislation that cut pollution for the first time in our history and created agencies that funded shit tons of renewable energy generation.
But then we got re-elected and chucked that legislation in the bin. And ever since then, we've been conducting a scare campaign about minority governments.
But when you think about it, you already have a minority government. Because the only reason the shit party here can govern is thanks to support from us, the really shit party. We call it the Coalition. Except instead of helping, it's what's made climate action impossible for the past decade with our really shit policies. And if the stooge who leads the shit party doesn't do what we say, we install a new one who will. Isn't that right, love?
Yes, ma'am. We'll open another coal mine right away.
The next election is your chance to turn the page on this shit-stained chapter of our history. Thank fuck most of you don't know how preferential voting works. Otherwise, not shit candidates would be getting way more of your votes.
Especially those running in shit party heartland seats, like this one in Kooyong, this one in Hume, in Wentworth, Goldstein, Mackellar, and others where people are sick of our shit fuckery. Because since we currently hold government by only a slim margin,
and we have bugger all chance of winning enough seats to form government on our own,
that means if we lose just a few shit party seats to not shit candidates, we're headed for a hung parliament.
And if there's one thing that can fuck the two-party system, it's a well-hung parliament.
Authorised by the Department for shitting ourselves about all these independents.
This video is a companion to our Honest Government ad about preferential voting. Whatever you do, do not watch it. Do not click this link. No.